Welcome back, guys, to the channel. We got a little bit of work to do to the 52. This weekend's supposed to be nice. If I don't work this weekend,
next weekend.
I thought it was this weekend.
This weekend's not gonna be nice. Next weekend.
Oh. Well, anyway, I got this pretty much this whole week off. But back on the 52, my front brakes, I think the brake shoes have gone out on my front brakes. So the driver's side's making some pretty weird racket. So we're gonna pull that tire off, pull that hub off, and see what they look like. See if it's metal on metal. I think that's what it is, because whenever you mash on the brakes, it almost locks the front tire up. So we'll get the jack out there and get it picked up and get that front tire off that hub and see what it looks like. But I think we can get some brake pads from O'Reilly's. I think is where I got them brake pads at. They're not that uncommon. I think there's a lot of pickups that use that brake pad. So I mean, just because it's a 52 doesn't make it all that uncommon. Because even I think they were I think they used them from up to the 70s and maybe even the 80s for the back brakes on some of them trucks. So they're not that uncommon. So they're easy to find on a 52. But the back one on this one, that come out of van. We pulled the drivetrain out of that van. So the back rear end is not the rear end that come under that truck. I guess you can tell that because this wasn't a dually. We put the dual rear end under it, and we're probably going to make it a single tire. I know you heard me talk about it several times about that 373 rear end I got over there at Eddie's. And this is a single tire, but it's a 3/4 ton, which you can put 18-inch rims on a 80 model 3/4 ton rear end. You could put 18s on those and dual them out, but you couldn't put 16s on them because the hub on them was too big. Some reason they made a 3/4 ton hub bigger than a 1 ton hub. I guess so you couldn't put duals on a 3/4 ton. Maybe that's why they done it. But anyway, we're going to change that out. Maybe sometime this summer, depending on Eddie and time frames and stuff. But I thought I was going to get Anthony over here to do this. But guess I'm stuck doing it. Anyway, let's see if we get this front tire off.
This side or that side?
This side.
It's actually a nice day. Still
Go under here.
cool.
I missed my little foot thing that raised it up. Could take that out of there, I guess, but I'll at least take this one here off that way. That way we're not tripping over it every time we go by it. There we go. Alright, you know what I should have done? I should have broke them lug nuts first. I've got my socket and stuff.
Remember the times before your impact wrench? Not fun.
I couldn't leave the tire on the. I ain't got to take the tire off. You can't just take this here off and pull the tire and the hub off altogether. But we're just going to go ahead and.
Isn't it easier to get to everything if you take the tire off?
No, because the hub's out of the way anyway. Great. That's just great. No. Sometimes you just gotta hit it. Alright. Now I gotta pull this cap off and pull this cap off. There's a pin in there you take out and a nut in there you take out, and this comes off here. We'll be able to see what them pads look like.
Ew.
Yep. Oh, I should have had some gloves on. I should have some gloves. Let's see, you gotta take this pin right here out. Not really a pin, just a piece of wire. And the only thing it does is keep this nut from backing out. Is what it does. Just gotta get it a little straight so it'll come out. That. And then this is pretty much handy-ish. You don't want it too tight, because if you get them too tight, it burns your bearing up if you get them too tight. I need something over here to put this stuff on. Let me go get a board or something to put this stuff on so it don't get to the driveway. There. Thing got a bird on it. And there's your bearing. You got a little washer right there that the nut sits on, and then the washer pushes on the bearing, which it looks like it could use a little bit of grease. That's all. You got another one of these on the back side, faces this way, inside here, and you got a little lock pin dilly bobber right there inside the washer that goes right there, so the washer doesn't spin. You don't want the washer spinning on your spindle. Well, I'm gonna have to back them off. I'm gonna have to back them off. Well, they don't look terrible. Got a little brake dust in there. Huh. Y'all come down here and look. Well, they don't look terrible. We still got that much pad left on there. That's not bad. All the way around, we still got brake pads, so that's not the problem. Maybe this side just adjusted too tight. But I did need to grease them bearings up anyway. So, we adjust it down a little bit. This is your adjuster right here. This thing right here, it's got threads in the middle right here. And this one doesn't have, 52 doesn't have self adjustments. So you got a hole back here that you stick a screwdriver in and you turn this. And the spring, which closes your pads when you're not on the brake pedal, and turns, acts like a stop to keep this from turning. So if you want to adjust them, you gotta get your screwdriver and stick it back here through this hole, and you click it right there, like so, and it turns that dilly bobber there, and that makes your brakes come out. Because whenever the more they get wore, the farther this piston right here has to come out, and you don't want that piston to move very far. You only want it to move just a little bit. Is all you want that piston to move, because it's not very long, and all it is a little rubber seal inside there that if it goes past this, it blows out, and then it's stuff it just goes foobar. So I don't know if I can turn that by hand or not. And so I can adjust them a little bit down. Get that. All right. Well, let me see if I can get this. We'll get underneath there. I don't know if I'll be able to adjust them without that.
You want the tarp?
No, it's fine. I don't know if I'll be able to adjust them without the hub on there or not. Maybe I can adjust them a little bit here. I need a wider screwdriver is what I need. See how that turns? You just gotta watch where they go. Okay, that ought to be adjusted enough to get the hub back on there. So the pads are still good. Wish I had some brake cleaner to clean them off a little bit with. That maybe is a problem right there. I bet that's the problem. Anthony got them hot that day. Anthony took them to the, yeah, you see that? Glaze, it's called glaze. I bet I get some sandpaper. Let me find some sandpaper, see if I can get some of that off there. Got some 80 grit here. No, 40 grit. And then I got some 120 just to do a little bit on there. I guess I can find some brake cleaner in the crew truck. Couldn't find no brake cleaner, but I found some starting fluid. That'll clean it up pretty good, or start it. Oh yeah, all over it. Let me move this over here. Right there. Yeah, them got a little hot. So we're gonna take this 40 grit. Got that much. Then we'll take this 120. All we're trying to do is just get that hot spot off of it. That's all we're trying to do. Oh yeah.
Mo better?
You ever had a teacher when you was in school run their nails across the chalkboard?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this does to me. A shovel on cement and sandpaper on metal. Yeah. Y'all don't understand how hard it is for me to do this.
Makes your teeth hurt, huh?
Yeah. It's up my spine.
Growing up, it was a fork on a plate for me.
We got a little bit, but a little bit right there. 80 was, I mean, that 40 was a little too much for this. This side over here is pretty small. I've got a little bit over here too.
Was that when he was taking that load
Yeah.
to the scrapyard?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
Dang, it's hard on the kneecaps.
Old kneecaps. His birthday's tomorrow.
I'm gonna be telling my age.
I'm not. Actually, he said he doesn't have a birthday anymore since Anthony stole it.
I think we can get by with those brakes for another. We don't drive the old truck very much, so I think they'll last another little while. I don't know how long. It depends on how much you drive, but I think them brake pads are pretty good. I think you just got them hot, and that spot there was making it grab pretty hard. Just look at the hub. Hub don't look bad. It's got a groove, but it doesn't look bad. Ain't got no grooves in there. Doesn't even catch your fingernail on. So I think the hub will be alright. I hope it is. I don't know where I can find another 1952 Ford hub at. 3/4 ton. Anyway, let's we'll go find some grease. And that's where the dirty job comes in. And I just put all that grease. I'm glad that was there, 'cause all that shavings or stuff dust didn't get in my bearings. Let me go find some tube of grease. I don't think I have any bearing grease. Do I have any bearing grease?
No
Seems like
idea.
Anthony bought some bearing grease. You never guess what I found.
Grease.
Now that I'm not looking for it.
Brake cleaner.
Yeah, brake cleaner. Weird.
Yep.
In order to clean them up.
What is it about brake cleaner that cleans everything?
I don't know. Got something in it that does. Now I gotta go find my stuff. Gotta find my grease. I found my grease. I thought I had some bearing grease in there somewhere. I'm pretty sure I do, but anyway, this lithium multi-purpose grease will work for it. What we're gonna do with it? We're gonna clean these bearings up a little bit, 'cause I didn't realize they was down there on the. While I was doing all that sanding. Ooh, I got some grit. Need a port washer.
Mm.
When that grass grows back up there, it'll be twice as green as the rest of the yard. Something about that grease. Them roots and that grass like it. I don't know what it is. Alright. Y'all can read that. That's if y'all have a 52 F3, there's the numbers on the front bearings.
Uh-huh.
If you ever need front bearing numbers.
Cool.
Yep. So the same thing is in here. this bearing here is the same. No, it's not the same because it goes. Well, this bearing here is will be a different number because it goes on top of this race. So I don't feel like digging that seal out of there. So we're just gonna take some of this right here, kind of cram it in here in that bearing. And put it in there, you can kind of feel that bearing. You feel that edge there. Just kind of push grease in that edge of it all the way around it to get the grease all the way in there. Ain't put too much, I don't think. I never have. Then you want to grease your race right there. Throw some grease around that, which is not, the bearing ain't supposed to turn on that, but you don't want it to anyway. If your bearing turns on that, it's gonna wear your spindle out. You don't want to be wearing out your spindle. So we slide this on there now. I'm surprised them pads look like that. They're pretty smooth now. They're pretty good. We'll slide this on here. Like that.
Like that.
And then take some grease. I don't have one of them bearing greasers. You got a thing that you put your bearing in, and it's got a grease zerk to put on. Goes on top of that thing that does this. There's a grease zerk on top of it, and you push this grease in your bearing. I ain't got one of these, so we just do it with a finger. Wind does got a little bite to it.
A little bit. Making fun of me because I have a hoodie and a jacket on.
Yeah.
My hands got cold. I gotta put one hand in my pocket.
Where you, Lance Morissette?
I knew you were gonna say that.
If it's a bigger bearing, you get a handful of grease and you can tap it on your hand and it'll push it in there. But these little ones, you can just smear it on there. It ain't gonna, the uglier it is, the better. And then you kind of, little dab will do you inside there. And then that goes back in there like so. And smear that in there like so, just because. And then you take your washer. Don't forget you got a little dilly bobber. Goes right there.
You can't put them on wrong.
Huh?
You can't put it on wrong.
No, there's no wrong. There's no wrong putting that on. And then you tighten this here nut up.
Yeah, this hand tight.
Well, you just go by feel.
Because that pin holds it, right?
Yeah. If it's too loose, your tire wobble. Wear your bearings out. If it's too tight, your bearings will get hot and burn out. So, kind of a happy medium there. You take your crescent wrench and see how it don't want to turn very good. You want to back it off a little bit. See how it turns better.
Not wobbly.
And it's not wobbly. A little bit in there. We'll give it a little bit of that. Just kind of go by feel. So if you get it too tight, you'll know it because you don't want to turn. See there, you can back her off a little bit. See how good it turns there. And then you got to line your pinhole up, which is right there, I think.
Somewhere in there.
You may have to adjust your nut right there.
Perfect.
Yeah. Tap that in there like so.
Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
And then kind of bend this in here a little bit. Like so. And then put your little extra grease in this here cap. so when it warms up, that grease will kind of work its way in the bearing. So, and then we're going to go to the other side here in a minute. Uh-oh. Well, what in the world?
There it goes.
Nope. Again, now you need to tighten the brake pad back up, and we were pulling down like this on the screwdriver to loosen them up, so we got to push up on the screwdriver this time.
You couldn't do that before you put that back on?
I'm gonna do it now, yeah.
But you can't do it before you put that back on?
Put what back on?
That.
No, because it won't fit in there. You can't have a brake pads tight because your hub won't fit around your brake pads. You gotta loosen them off, pull your hub off, put your hub back on and tighten them back down. Your hub won't go over. That's why them things get stuck on there sometimes too.
No.
You can't get them adjusted right or unadjusted to get your hub off there. That's why me and Anthony had to beat them dang hubs off there because they stay on there for so long without coming off. Yeah. Anyway, no, you can't adjust your brakes without your drum on there. And what'd I do with the dang lid? Anybody see where I put the lid? Mom, where's the lid? Well, I guess we just have to go back and look for it some other time. There. I don't guess I need it. I guess I need it. I guess I throw it away.
No, because you dug out of it.
Yeah, I did. Probably stuck to the bottom of my knee. Alright. Let's see if we can adjust these brakes. I'll show you how to adjust these brakes. You gotta stick it in that hole that I showed you a while ago and find the little thing right there. And you want to try to turn the tire or the rim, the hub. While you do it,
Where you at?
alright, you adjust it
There you are.
and you feel of it. And apparently we're going the wrong way, so let's go back this way. Okay, you hear it dragging?
Mm-hmm.
Drag it a little bit more. Drag it a little bit more. You want to do that to make sure both sides are getting pushed on the hub. I may be going the wrong way again. I don't know. Alright guys, we got them down here adjusting them now. Alright.
Once he figured out he was going the wrong way.
Yeah, see how it spins right there? You want to adjust them a little bit. See how tight it is there? You want to go a little bit more though, to where you can't really turn it with your hand. Like that, pretty right there. Then you want to back it off. Right about maybe a little bit more off. A little bit more. That's pretty good. Okay, we can live with that. That's about tight. You tie it with your hand, tie it where you can't turn it. Yeah, probably went another half round, backed off about a half a round. You just kind of got to do it by feel. It ain't really I don't think it's really a proper way you do it, but kind of do it by feel. Anyway. Now put our tire back on. We're going to do the same side. I'm not sure record that now. I may just go put this tire back on, go over there, put that tire off. When I get that side off, we'll
look at it.
We'll look at it and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
But this side was grabbing really bad. This is the reason I took this side off first.
I mean, you can see that there was a rough spot too.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that you did pull it off.
Yeah. And we went back, found my lid.
I found it on the video. So, Dad, you put it down on your rag that was right in front of you.
The joys of working on your own stuff. Grease everywhere. Take a teaspoon of that and smear them here in Texas.
Don't impale yourself on that screwdriver there.
I'm surprised I'm not bleeding yet.
You had to say that.
Yeah.
You will be.
This one's actually got all the lug nuts on it. When I got it, we broke a lot of them off trying to get that hub off there. It had rims on it. Wasn't no good. But I wish we'd have had a YouTube video back then, because that was pretty neat.
Yep.
Building the truck and all that. And then Anthony had to hit a deer in it. And then blame the deer for running out in front of him. I didn't tell that deer to run out in front of me.
I'd rather he hit the deer in this truck than his truck.
Oh yeah, of course. He didn't Dad's truck.
This truck, you can't go that fast. Anthony can go fast.
That ought to be good and tight. Tight enough. Alright, we'll let this side down. So we'll be back in a little bit. We're going to take the other tire off, take that hub off, look at those, and see what those look like. We'll start the video back up there. We got the pads backed off where we can maybe get this hub off there. It looks like it's been hot time or two. Well,
There's a good possibility. Looks rough.
let's see. See what we can do with it. See what they look like. Didn't they do any work for them? Well, same thing over here. You got the cap, and you got this pin. You got to straighten out. Yeah, that didn't straighten nothing. Sometimes you can't get them too straight because they ain't so short. You just got to kind of grab a hold of them and kind of drive them out of there. That's it right there. Same thing on this. And then it's got a burr on it too. Good burr. You take it off there. And pull this off there. Them a little dry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got a little slop in them.
Mm.
Now I gotta try to get this hub off there. Thought I'd loosen these pads off a little bit more. There it is. Alright. Oh yeah, these pads are gone.
Wow.
These pads are gone. Yep. There they are in the bottom of the drum.
Wow.
So that's what they look like. So we should have just went and bought new ones because now I'm going to have to replace both sides.
Mm. You do have to replace both sides, even though that side's fine.
Yeah, you don't want to replace just one side. Well, there they are. Looks like this side's hot. Got hot.
Yeah, I see it.
I might do some sanding in there. Smooth that back up a little bit.
Mm.
All right.
And dry.
Yeah. Well, it's brake dust.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
bearings
bearing
are
was dry.
Yeah.
There's not much goop on there that was on the other side. I know it's not the technical term. Goop.
Well, all right, guys. Then we're going to end this one right here. I want to call O'Reilly to see if they got any brake pads. That's probably the reason right there.
Oof.
That right there ain't in there right for some reason. Huh. Something's wrong with that one. Oh. That's what I was talking about. My piston come out too far. Alright, well, okay. We'll dig into that. My piston right there
Oh.
come out too far and made this side rub.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, I think we're going to end it on that note there. I'm going to call O'Reilly's and look and get some more brake pads for it. And whenever we start getting them put on, we'll have another video for you. Put them on. But anyway, that's what they look like whenever they ain't no good no more.
Mm-hmm.
So, thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for the likes and all that good stuff and all the subscribers. And we got 86 of them now. Haven't been stuck on 86 for a while. That's fine. I'm glad we got 86.
Mm-hmm. 86 more than you thought you'd get.
Yeah, 86 more I thought I'd get. But there you go. Bad brake pads on this side.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
we'll talk to you on the next one.
See ya.